Morning, everybody, and welcome to this wonderful Monday morning for another wonderful business spotlight interview where we've got Mark from Wall2Wall Security. Mark, tell us all about your business.
Morning. Yeah, we are a security distributor for anything there is a rapid deployment or battery operated with sort of void or construction sites um, anywhere in the world, basically.
Okay, what do you mean by rapid deployment?
Yeah, I mean, I know it covers a sort of multitude, but it's anything where, for example, a construction site where they're just getting that off the ground and they've got sort of lots of equipment that is stored within a porta cabin. And the most important bit is that they don't have any power on site. So our solutions are battery operated, can be deployed rapidly and installed in sites of remote locations where there is no power, there is no cellular or internet or anything else. So really to protect sites within that ilk, so that we can sort of send alarms, notifications, video or blind detection back to either apps or monitoring stations. So it's basically anything that's rapidly deployed for protection of sites.
Okay, that's really. And what type of kit is that? I mean, it's sort of.
Yeah, well, it can vary. We have a PIR camera, so that sends snapshots or video, or it can be range from the security towers, so they are completely battery, solar, but have four CCTV cameras mounted on them.
That's amazing. I didn't even know this stuff existed. So, and you distribute all around the world this type of equipment.
Yes, predominantly we have probably three main products. The security towers and the alarm products are just for the UK, and then we have kit that also monitors the status of all these devices. It's not a new phenomena. Yes, if you're in the industry, you know about it. If you're not in the industry, you probably don't know what's going on unless you've wandered onto a construction site and had an alarm event or siren go off, and obviously then the police arrive for you. Um, yeah. But we also have other products that monitor the status of those products, such as the batteries, such as the solar, and such as GPS and whatever, um, to give you the data so that you know that if those devices are on site, that they're working as they should be. But obviously, then not obviously, but then that's reported back for an app or a browser. But we distribute that worldwide. So we've currently got sites literally in America, Australia, South Africa, and all over Europe. So
Wow. And how did you actually start the business?
oh God, how long have we got? so so
30
yeah.
seconds, Mark.
Okay, cool. On the spot. So, yes, been in the security industry for 30 plus years, worked for many manufacturers, distributors, and a couple of years ago decided that I'd sort of, no disrespect, I'd made people a lot of money in selling their products, their solutions, and I thought, well, I'll go and try it myself. And yeah, uh, just they say things give you pressure and everything else. And I don't want to sort of go on thinking. I went through a bit of a mental health issue, and rather than sort of take away take tablets and all this sort of stuff, I just put myself under immense pressure and set up a new business. So the business the business was set up. Yeah, so 2.5 years ago, for me to sort of say, right, just make or break, let's just do it, and yeah, that's where we are now.
Fantastic. What a great story that is. I mean, it's sort of, did you always want to run your own business?
I suppose like any childhood, my father was a run several businesses, and it's great when you can see somebody doing running a business, but when you're working for somebody, you just take that into account that that's what happens, and you go and work for them, and that's you don't see the sort of story of how it built, how it started, and all the hard work. So yes, I've always wanted to do my own business, but never realised what was behind it all. And you just put it that it's you'll always work for somebody else. So yes, I did. It's probably a bit long-winded, but
No, no,
yes,
no, no, no.
I always
Brilliant.
I always have. I've always had that inkling, but just never had, excuse the French, the balls to go and do it, I
Yeah,
suppose.
brilliant. And what's your biggest learning running a business so far?
So I've learnt this recently, and this is after 2.5 years that I'm very off the cuff. I'm very right. Here's a water bottle. Let's just go and sell that now, and let's do this and let's do that. So I've learnt in the last 3 months, down to a good friend of mine coming to sort of help me, that a business plan was essential. And the off the cuff bit works for a certain period. We've got to a certain point, and I was sort of like scratching my head. How do we get to a certain, get to the next level? And then having him come in and go, right, look, let's put a business plan together. And it was quite interesting. That let's put a business plan together. Tell me what you do. And for an hour, I just went, "Oh, we do this, and we do it, and it was like I could see his look on his face was like, how the hell have you got to this stage without a business plan, and how have you, sort of, how are you going to take it anywhere if you don't? So that's been a massive, massive learning curve, and also made me realise, one, what we do, what we try and do, and how do I take the business to the next level to sort of move forward. So
Brilliant.
yeah.
Brilliant. What a fantastic, great share, great learning for everybody that, Mark. Absolutely fantastic. So, what do you see as the main challenges going forward?
uh, Implementing that business plan. Uh, so so for the last 2.5 years, well, for the last probably 12 months, I've run the business just purely on my own. We had a quick start to the business where I started it as a look. I'm going to take people's products and I'm going to sell them into the industry, and I can support people that way. I'll just get two customers, so long as it can support me. We took the business then within 2 months where I can't do. I've got customers coming at me. I can't do the work as well as go and find other business. So I took somebody on, and took somebody else on, and and it's quickly snowballed to the extent was I've got people working for me. This was a brain thing of like, I'm going to start a business. To I've got people working for me, and making sure that they know the journey that we're on. I suppose where a business plan would have come into it. But that has been a steep learning curve for me. Is like, yeah, okay, get people working for you, but you need to tell them where the business is going, what we intend to do, how we're going to do it, and really sort of make them know that this isn't just off the cuff, which it was. Um, so yeah, we've so I went from that, reined it in, probably struggled for a 12-month period, and now I've started to build the team up, but with people that I, we've researched, we've looked at what do we need, and I sat down with my daughter. She said, "What are you doing, Dad?" We went through it all. Right, okay, what jobs don't you like? What jobs do you like? And what can, if we brought somebody in to do this, what would make the difference of you now being able to do the bits that you like, I suppose. So that's been a big learning curve for me, is knowing the people that, or getting people on board, but making sure that they know the plan, I
Brilliant.
think.
Fantastic. Well, what a great share again. So, how do you balance your personal life with your business life?
I mentioned my daughter. Yeah, so she's not sounding like I'm getting needed a violin, but just gone through a divorce. I've realised that I need to have this work-life balance because, again, back to the plan, back to the having people on board. Everybody needs to be on the same hymn sheet, and when you're 1,000 miles an hour like myself, um, I've realised that part of my life was, you know, I couldn't control that bit as well as that because I wasn't on the same hymn sheet. So managing that now is a case of my daughter says, Dad, finish at 5:30, and we are going to do this and we're going to do that. Also, having people on board now where we go, yes, we're on board. Um, they can do those jobs that I don't like doing, and the jobs that I don't. I've been realistically coming in every weekend to do those jobs because I haven't had time to do them during the week,
Yeah,
and uh, so all of a sudden now I've got a work-life balance. I think the
brilliant.
work-life balance is my daughter takes me to the work and gives me that bit of balance to say, yes, darling,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So, final question, Mark. What is the best advice you give to an 18-year-old you?
Uh, First off, slow down. um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have a journey, don't you? It doesn't matter. What you say as an 18-year-old. You have a journey, and my daughter's is 18 right now, and she's going through this journey. She went to university because she thinks she wants to go to university. She got on a course, didn't get on the course that she wanted. She's now to evolve and sort of uh, change the journey that she was going on. And I think you just, as an 18-year-old now, just go with the journey, but just understand that it will change. It will go up and down, and it will go left and right. You just have to go with it. And I think be prepared that it is going to change no matter what. So yeah, probably that really the journey. So
Brilliant.
yeah,
Fantastic. Mark, that was great fun. Thanks very much for your time. Absolutely fantastic.
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.